No smoke, no smoke.
What's up? Welcome to All Gas, No Smoke. Those of you that are returning, welcome back. And those of you that may be new, I kindly ask that you like the video and think about subscribing to help a small channel grow. Next goal for the channel is 500 subs. But let's jump into it. So today, we're going to talk about why I think the ZR-1 is going to be the next platform for road racing. When I posted the videos of the reviews and stuff of the ZR-1, I had a lot of feedback when I mentioned the ZR-1 potentially being a contender to dominate road racing in the 2K events. And when I speak on the 2K events, I'm specifically speaking on Texas 2K, FL 2K, and then also just the road racing in general. So those of you that don't know what road racing is, I can explain that in another video. Just follow along with me here. So in the early days of 2K, it was two JZs and LSs that pretty much dominated everything. Then eventually you started to see some Lambos, and when I say Lambos, not the Huracan yet, but it was the Gallardos. Then you fast forward to today. That race, the road race, is dominated by 4 platforms. And those 4 platforms are going to be the Audi R8, the Lamborghini Huracan, the Dodge Viper, and the Nissan GTR. So you don't really see 2Js out there dominating. You don't see LSs out there dominating. You don't see Coyotes. You don't see K-Series. None of those platforms that are well known in the streets. You don't see those at 2K dominating like you see them in the streets. And Dan Rue, he said this best, right? He said, if you want to win, you have to have one of those 4 cars, which is true. I mean, they are dominating the road racing events. So besides being well-engineered cars, they all have something in common. They're all 10 plus years old and they're discontinued. They do not make those cars anymore. You cannot go to Audi and buy an R8. You cannot go to Lamborghini and buy a Huracan. You cannot go to Dodge and buy a Viper, and you cannot go to Nissan and get a GTR. All of those platforms are discontinued. And like I said, they're 10 plus years old. The Huracan came out in 2014. Same thing with the last gen R8, sometime around there as well, 2014 or 15. The GTR dropped when George Bush was still in office, which is wild to say. Like, I think it was 2006 or 2007 when the GTR dropped. All of these platforms are discontinued. So it's inevitable that a new platform has to come around and start doing these events and start performing well in these events. And I'm not saying that the ZR-1 is going to get there and completely dominate. I'm just saying give it 3 to 5 years. But anyway, like I said, I could be completely wrong on this, and I'm open to being wrong, and I'm open to hearing your opinions on this down in the comments below. As you guys know, I pretty much respond to every comment, and I love talking with you guys in the comments. So anyway, moving forward. So the ZR-1 has something in common with all 4 of those platforms. And that being that it is, one, an entry-level supercar. I'm not saying the Corvette is a supercar. That's a discussion for another day. But hang with me here, all right? All of those 4 previous mentioned platforms are entry-level supercars. The R8, the Huracan, the Dodge Viper, and the GTR. Some people may say the GTR is not a supercar, whatever. But all of those are high-performing sports cars, right? And entry level, okay? And entry level, I'm saying in price. So when the GTR first dropped, I think it was like 90 grand or something like that. The Viper was like 90 grand. The Huracan was like 200K. The R8 was like 140K or something like that. So all of those cars are entry level, and if you want to say affordable supercars, and I put affordable in quotations, right? Affordable supercars, you know, and R8 compared to a Aventador SVJ is very affordable, okay? All right, so entry level supercar. Second thing, aerodynamics. All of those cars are aerodynamic. So even if you take the engine out of a Lambo or R8 and stick it into, I don't know, a S13 or whatever people do, it's not going to perform the same because the S14 or the S13 doesn't have the aerodynamics, and it wasn't built to have that engine in that car. So aerodynamic. Third thing, over-engineered. All of the previous 4 platforms are over-engineered platforms. The Lambos and R8s, they're known to hold 1,800 horsepower stock block. The Vipers, 2,000 horsepower stock block. And not even to talk about when you get into the more billet stuff, right? The billet blocks, rods, cranks, all that kind of stuff. I mean, you got GTRs out here making over 3,000 horsepower. Vipers out here making over 3,000 horsepower. Lambos, 3,000 horsepower. So over-engineered platforms for what they do. Real rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. The ZR-1 is a rear-wheel drive car. I mean, that goes without saying. Capable platforms, and capable platforms when it comes to boosted applications. All of the previous 4 platforms, minus the GTR, was naturally aspirated. You throw some boost at them, you got a monster. What more do you want me to say? The ZR-1 is going to come boosted with almost 1,100 horsepower off the showroom floor. So I know that tune and how things are going to be done because of reliability is going to be very conservative. So, and the ZR-1 actually, stock for stock, is faster than all of those cars off the showroom floor. The ZR-1 has a top speed of 233 miles an hour, and like I said, 1,100 horsepower. None of those cars had that. Then, power to weight ratio. Power to weight ratio. The ZR-1 has a power to weight, I forgot the number, but power to weight. I mean, right? Then, like I said, I'm gonna make this video short. So, like I said, I could be completely wrong on this, right? But I don't think I am, because I see a pattern here. And again, I'm not saying the ZR-1 is gonna come out and straight dominate. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I am gonna say, if it goes out there, it's gonna put up a fight. That's all I'm saying. Some may say the next up is gonna be BMWs. And I'm not saying that I necessarily disagree with that, but that we can discuss that in a different video. But I also think, there's some nuances on why I don't think the BMW is going to be the next platform to take over road racing. But either way, you tell me down in the comments below. What do you think? Do you think the ZR-1 is the next up to be a road race champ, right? Or do you think it's going to be another platform that's going to dominate road racing or the 2K events? You let me know down in the comments below. Also, let me know where you are checking in from. What's your city, your state, your area code? Let me know that down in the comments below. And please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out.